Mr. Tsounkeu, maybe you could also introduce more about your consultation paper, the content of your consultation paper you have made with at least in 40 countries, African countries, at least with 60 NGOs, and what they are saying. What do the African NGOs say?
Thank you. I'm smiling here because if I was giving you the raw material that came from the consultation, you will hear a lot of things. You will hear things like it is a conspiration against Africa. I just picked one from all what we have. So just to summarize how much difference you can have in the views that came from the consultation. But the good thing is that we managed to have that consultation. We consulted with a number of African civil society coming from all the 5 regions of sub-regions of Africa. And what comes out of this is, as the paper says, a lot of caution. That is, Africans they may welcome the compact, but they are cautious, as I said earlier. They are cautious about the real content and the real perspectives and what Africa can really expect from this. They are particularly cautious about the way this initiative, which we say is new, is going to be different from all what they saw before. So many Africans are asking, how is this going to be different from what we've already seen? And the idea of a conspiracy comes to be supported by the fact that, and you heard it from what Nancy just presented, that we again see behind all of this, we see the World Bank, we see IMF, we see international financial institutions. African people are they have a very, I mean, the history of those institutions that intervening in Africa is not a really good one. It's a sad one in some places. When we remember the structural adjustment plans, it was very, very painful for many Africans. There are countries where you got to a situation where public servants saw their salary cut to the third and even more. And social services really suffered from this. And out of the structural adjustment, we never saw poverty step back. So this is not a good souvenir. And when we hear that the IMF and the World Bank are behind the compact, you understand how much African citizens can be. We say cautious just for you to hear things that are nice. So what comes from the results is really that bad. But there is still some hope, because some of those who were consulted still want to see from the compact something that could be good for their people. And they are hoping that they can work with their leaders, with their governments, to be in a better negotiating position, because they think this is about international cooperation. That is engagement of African governments with the G20. Now, the idea for the civil society is that they need to work on a better way of negotiating with these people. And I think that's the most important thing in the result. That is looking at it as something which in perspective could be made good. But I'm going to deliver to you what the results were. The consultation was on five key questions. That is, we wanted to find out what the general opinion of Africans is about the compact. Also, we wanted to find from those who participated if the compact was something useful. The third thing was, what is the impact of that initiative on human rights and other issues important issues that we have in Africa. Then we wanted to know how much the people were aware of not just the compact, but of the G20 engagement by African governments. Then the last question was about what is missing in the compact. So from those 5 questions, we got six key outcomes. That is summarizing the priorities and the expectations. Number 1 was that whatever is coming behind the compact, African citizens want the initiative to make sure that the investments that are coming are aligned with the African Agenda 2063. That was the number 1. Number 2 is about rationalizing. Rationalizing anything that has to do with the new perception, that is the private sector coming in, with ODA, because they think that public resources still need to be handled somehow, and there need to be a good combination between those two, that is, between public investment and private investment to go in the direction that satisfies the African people. So that's what's number 2. Number 3 is the involvement of Africans, African citizens, in the conversation about the compact. So they think that it is necessary for African citizens to be part of this. And they want to believe that the compact is not something which is already tight and which is not open to adjustment. So they want that African citizens should be part of that conversation. Number 4 is about the mechanisms. The mechanisms that are going to be used in the compact, they want the mechanisms to be clear, to be transparent, and not to be the kind of mechanism that will bring new problems or that will add to problems that we have had before, like the debt problem, the debt issue. So they say they want to see good mechanisms in the compact. And number 4 was about harmonization of all initiatives, because the compact, this new initiative comes after many other initiatives. And there are initiatives that exist, like initiatives between Africa and China, Africa and Japan, Africa and this. They want some kind of harmonization to make sure that those initiatives really are directed toward the real expectations of the people. Still again, they mentioned the Agenda 2063 here. And then number 6 is about transparency and accountability. So African citizens want to see in the compact some kind of tool that would allow them to be part of a monitoring and accountability framework. And those are the 6 key results that we had from the consultation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.